Hello, my hearties. A very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McCLUE. It's 9 o'clock sharp on Saturday night. That means it's the start of the big one. 1 hour of superb, scintillating information, education and entertainment for not just one nation, but for all the nations of the world. So a very, very warm welcome to you. Lovely to have you with us, and a big dinky-do, I say to you. All the fans are coming to join us. Bailey's joined us. Scott has joined us. Ian has joined us. Tell us where you're watching from, guys. Davey, your man, and Mark are all here with us as well. How fantastic is that? Jerry's here. And who else have we got with us? James has joined us. Fantastic. And a very, very warm welcome, guys. I'm Scottie McCLUE, hashtag FloatI, the first lord of the internet, all uppercase. Tremendous stuff. Richard J.D. Tanner, lovely to see you, and thank you again for all your kindness and your generosity. The first thing Richard does is send a gift. He's just sent a Shell Energy. We never asked for anything on here, guys, but there is a little goal up there. If anybody's feeling flushed, I tell you, we'll take a red rose off you. London Irishman has joined us. Very nice to have you with us. Always good stuff, I say. And there we've got Gareth from Stoke. Tremendous stuff. Stoke-on-Trent, is that not just amazing? So much to talk about tonight, guys, and so little time to do it in, as always. We're just getting everything lined up here. So who have I got? Hi, Duck from Stoke. Hi, Gareth. Dinky-do. Evening all. The Tups Wahey says, good evening all. Good evening to you, Tups Wahey. How amazing is that? We love it. Hello, Dinky-do. Hi, Dinky-do, man. Lovely to have you with us as well. And David has joined us. Guys, do tell us where you're watching from. It makes for great excitement. Now, I appreciate there might be something on the telly tonight, usual Saturday nonsense, but we always come on here. That's what it's about. Fandabaduzzy, says London Irishman. Dinky-do. Now, who else have we got here? Guys, don't spam, or I'll have to mute you. We don't want to have to do that. We have to mute somebody for spamming there. Dinky-do, Lord Scottie of Scotland. How you doing, sir? I'm watching you from Skegness. I love Skegness. There we are, Skeggy. That was where you went to the seaside when you were based in places like Sheffield in Yorkshire. So there we go. London Irishman would never give you an opinion on somebody like that. We don't do personalities. We don't do second names, unless it was something that I thought would be helpful, I tell you. So we wouldn't comment. Fair enough. No, absolutely no problem at all. We don't want to become too much of a political show. That's the temptation always with talk shows, to do a bit of politics. Everybody's doing it. We want to talk about you and about real people. So there we go. Hi, Scottie, live from Mount Florida. Do you know it? You get the 90 bus ticket. Well, no, I can remember going from Mount Florida, and I think from outside Mount Florida Station, on the Victoria side, I got a number 13 to take me up towards Kings Park and Castle Wilk. Would that be right? I tell you. There we go. Scottie, what's your opinion of Charles Dickens? A remarkable writer, great social commentator. He wrote Hard Times in Preston. And when I worked in Preston, there was a mass grave outside the office because it was an old church. And there was a mass grave there from a cholera outbreak in the 1840s and 1850s. And also my other brush with Charles Dickens was I attended the Athenaeum, the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama, now the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland. So there you are. Martin says, Scottie, Good to see you back noising people up. Oh, you know I'm not a great one for noising people up. I'm normally calming the situation down, I tell you. So Dickens had opened the Glasgow Athenaeum in, I think, 1841. There was a key in the office you could see from Dickens opening the Glasgow Athenaeum. But great social commentator, beautiful characters, beautifully defined, great expectations. As I say, he wrote Hard Times in Preston, Little Dorrit, Nicholas Nickleby, all these wonderful, wonderful Oliver Twist. Let's not, the old Curiosity Shop, Peggotty. There we are. I tell you. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, Scottie. Welcome, I say, and welcome to our lovely, lovely live people on the Facebook at Glasgow Essentials. Almost 1 million people a month. What can we do to save our union? Well, why would you want to save the union? It was put together by bribery, corruption and jiggery-pokery. It's done nothing for Scotland. So why would you want to save it? Unless, are you English and you want to hang on to Scotland's money? Because obviously Scotland very, very heavily subsidises Westminster and always has done. I can tell you, Scotland had to seriously devalue its own economy to facilitate economic union. Time we have independence and be done with it, yes. And then you wouldn't get the Labour lot trying the old line, they should get on with the day job and forget independence. You see, the day job should be independence. Once you get independence, you can get on with everything else. There we are, because it's difficult for the Scottish government to make decisions if they've got to run to Westminster. The Barnett formula, yes, a very, very poor piece of work. Did you work for Scottish Border News Channel? Yes, I did. What do you think about, well, McGonagall, we're not going to comment on geopolitics because it starts as stushy, I tell you. There we are. Now, who else have we got here? Salutari dan Romania. Yes, Salutari. Are you a Burgess of a city? Your pride and knowledge of the great city most certainly qualifies you. Vidi Vici, thank you so much for your comment. I have never been invited to be a Burgess of the great city of Glasgow. I'm from Alberta, and we're talking about separation too, but I am for the monarchy. Oh, I'm for the monarchy. Yes, you want an independent Scotland under the crown. And once you do that, there's a chance for independence. The people that go, not my king, are killing off independence. You have faith that a Scottish government would be any less corrupt and bent than Westminster. Well, we have had one or two scares recently about the integrity of a political party and its officers. So we've had a bit of a scare there, I tell you. Wow, Scotty, says Alex, great to see you. You are good. I thank you very much. But I think you go for non-corruption. People who are incorruptible, people like myself, hopefully. There we are. Are you from the Borders? Well, I lived in the Borders a long time. I worked in Carlisle. What about the so-called voluntary union? Well, I don't think there's ever been a voluntary union. King Scottie, looks like I found you. I tell you, thank you for my beautiful Heart Me Christmas tree. Are you an Ulster Scot? No. No, I'm a Highlander, but originally my family came over in small boats from Norway in the year 800. So there you are. Dinky Doo from Gullen. I love Gullen. I used to stay over near Haydenton. So there, Scotty, do you enjoy a walk along the splash? I've put it on a video. I like nothing better than a walk along the splash. tartan twosome. Sup, Scottie. Oh, sup. Hang on. I think if I'm going to sup, we should all sup. We should make it a general sup. Here we go, sup. Oh, that's lush. I tell you, the Scots are not slow when it comes to putting the hand in the till. Well, I don't think the Scots have put the hand in the till if you're referring to a certain situation. But the Scots have, it's quite the other way. The Westminster has rifled the Scottish till all the time for 318 years and is still doing it. So there we are. Hello, Charles, dinky do. There we go. Bar says, are you on the brew? The Iron Brew. There you are. What do you think of triple? A triple, oh, that's too much. I think a single would be fine, I tell you. Tectonic plates are to blame. I think so, Gareth. And you'll see that, of course, in Scottie McClue's independence speech. I laugh at the half-witted idiots that come on and go things like, oh, Elvis, are you? They get that. And then if you credit Rangers, you're a, oh, hun. And if you credit Celtic, hoot, old hoot, all that stuff. So there you are. It seems that you can never actually please all of the people all of the time, but we will keep trying because that's what we do. We'll keep trying. I tell you. Hi, Frank. The wonderful Frank McElroy has joined us on the Facebook. Share it, Frank. Let them all know. I tell you. I'm just wondering if there's a way I can share it from here. I'm just having a look at it. See if we can let everybody know that we're on. That's what it's all about. So there you go. So, Billy Joe, you haven't quite got that right. You mustn't, blame the actions of one person on a whole nation. All right, Billy Joe, have you got that? There you have it. You wouldn't like it if I did that to you. Are you not watching the Scotland game? Well, no, Sandy. You see, it's all very well for the broadcasters and the powers that be and the politicians to decide that everybody should watch football. But I have decided that everybody should watch Scottie McClue. Not everybody likes football, and not everybody knows about football. There we have it. That's the thing. So, no, I think it's very sensible and courageous to go live on your show during an international football game. But did they sing Flower of Scotland or did they sing God Save the King? To get credibility back, the Scots need to sing God Save the King. Football is a world sport. Mogul. We would never have known that if you hadn't come up with it. Maybe that's where all these other teams come from. Flower of Scotland, well, Sandy, we don't want that. That's passé, and it's embarrassing. I feel Scotland's being let down every time that gets sung at an international game. God save the King. Mr. Bro says, do you like boxing? Not voluntarily, but I've obviously sorted a few things out in a rough house in my day. Trump International Golf would welcome you, Scottie. Billy Joe, that would be fantastic. That wonderful, wonderful guy. So there you are. Are you the guy that shaves his beard? Well, I think everybody shaves their beard if they've not got one. So there we go. John saying Flower of Scotland. No, John, that's had it. I tell you. If you love the royal family, clap your hands, says Brian. So there we are. Is Scotland in the World Cup? They've got 3 games to come, so we shall see. There we are. We've got Brazil to play and Haiti and all the rest of it. I tell you. Now, Scotland shall be free. Scotland is free. It's gives it all its money to Westminster. That stuff. You look fabulous, dinky do. Ireland's been free for 104 years. Has nobody told you? So there we go. I can tell you, people are very uninformed. Somebody noticed that. We're Scottish, not English, only because of their government. No, we're Scottish and British, only Dundee. You can't be Scottish without being British. Scotland is on the British Isles, I tell you. Welcome to Glasgow Essentials. If you're on the Facebook, everybody get following. What's so great about the King? Why do you love him? Nothing to do with loving the King. It's respecting the office of Crown, our symbol of authority. That's what it's all about. Whatever you think of the incumbent, you must respect the office. There we are. And you wouldn't like to think that the Prime Minister was the most senior person in the country, would you? Hola, from Mexico City. Carlos, hola. Hola, si. There we are. Big Charlie's not a patch in his mother. I don't think Charlie's terribly big, as I've met him. And, his mother was his mother. She was a different time and a different person. Nobody has authority over me. That's where you're 100% wrong, of course. So there you go. The King has the sovereign authority over every Scot. He is our sovereign lord. He represents the people through the claim of rights of 1689. His mother was well respected round the world. Yeah, well, yes, I mean, she's a hard act to follow. Let's not kid ourselves. But each country, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, should be independent. Well, only Dundee, do you think Wales would get by on its own? Do you think Northern Ireland would get by on its own? Or do you think Northern Ireland should be run from Dublin? Is Dublin happy to pick up the tab? It's great to make these things, these comments, but no, that's a bit disrespectful. There you go. We do great in the EU. Well, not so sure now, Maya. I mean, Brexit was the worst act of self-harm since World War I. But having said that, we're out now, and the Europe is got a lot to be desired. It might be better to look at going with America. There you have it, I tell you. 1-0 to Scotland. Thank you, David. We've never left, says Mad Frankie. Brexit was a disaster. There's no argument, correct? Who do you think's the best option to run Scotland? Well, it's not come up yet. We know that the SNP have done 20 years of running Scotland fairly well, given the circumstances of what's happened to the United Kingdom under Labour governments. I tell you that. There we are. Jeremiah says he does witchcraft. Wow. Brexit means Brexit. Well, sadly, I think it does, yes. So that's a bad thing to say, isn't it? Oh, I would keep quiet about that. I loved his legendary radio show, says David. David, thank you very much. We're talking about it coming back. If you would like a phone-in back, go on to Facebook, go on to @Glasgow Essentials, and make some comments. There's plenty of room for comments there about, do you want a phone-in back? I put it up at lunchtime today. I thought it was funny, says Jeremiah. You might have. Did you have breakfast, bro? 2 eggs on toast and a coffee. So there you are. I'm back on coffee. I was off coffee for 43 years, I think it was. And I tried a cup one day and I thought I quite like that. So I've got one here. Sup? Sup, Scotty? Sup? A general. Sup? So guys, decide if you'd like a phone-in. Let me know on the Glasgow Essentials Facebook page. And we'll look at it. Because, let's face it, apart from football, Television's pretty bland. Radio's pretty bland. And let me give you an example. A new radio station, somebody said they'd be looking for about 40,000 people listening a week. Now, I can get twice that in half an hour on a little video myself. A lively debate on Scottish independence and football. Comment your opinion. Absolutely. Nice hat, isn't it beautiful? I love it. Is that a model of a Range Rover behind you? Yes, it is. It's a P38, and it's a lovely, lovely detailed model. Amazing. Any music you listen? Oh, if I was to turn round the camera, you would see acres of it. Can I have a shout out, says Jason? You can, Jason. Remember the good old days with the late John Manning? Oh, yes, wonderful man. All things Scotland. Scottie, everyone's opinions matter. Yeah, well, you see, we've set up the Glasgow Essentials Facebook page just before Christmas so that Glasgow has got its own digital platform. So there we are. We have different opinions, but you're well educated. Well, Brian, I'm sure you are too. Do you have any children? I have thousands of children, I tell you. Hey, says Ross. Not seen you on here in ages, says Aris. Aris, you maybe haven't been on, because I've been on in ages, I tell you. Hey, Jason, we don't give shout-outs just for individuals like that. So we would say a shout-out for your friend Kyle. I got Scotland in the sweepstake for the World Cup. Finally to win. I'm a Celtic fan. Well, we'll see how it goes. Okay, thanks. No bother, Jason. Since you've the knowledge, what's the best way? Don't know what that one is. Something like that. Anyway, we'll see. Now, I'll tell you, Scotland is washed. Scotland's always been washed. It's the rain. Yes, a phone in back, says Kay. So there we go. Call us on here, guys. Let's see who we've got. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
My boy, the millionaire.
There we go. Fantastic. Remember not to sing because it's copyright. Scotty, you could replace old Eric on Still Game. Well, I was apparently the original inspiration for Still Game. How about that? I tell you. Who else have we got? We've got Chris. Fantastic. And do you like Led Zeppelin? We don't mind Led Zeppelin. Absolutely. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty. Lala. Martin, how are you, Lala?
Lala Martin. How are you, La? Martin, thank you for all your support.
Yes. How are you doing, Lala? Very well.
We're doing very, very, very well, Lala. 1 million people a month.
Yes, that's very good.
Oh, I mean, I get bowled over about the popularity of all that stuff.
Yes.
Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. What about yourself, Martin? How are you?
I'm doing very, very well, my friend. I was in Devon for 3 weeks.
Nice.
And I was down the next tour. I was all over for a couple of, so I'm back up in Scotland now.
Oh, lovely. And you're having a nice time?
Yes, but I'm already back in Scotland now, so... Hi, Scotty!
Hello, love, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Are you dinky-doo?
I'm dinky-doo, thank you.
Yeah, and you're looking after Martin?
Yeah. How's the badges doing?
The badges? Well, we haven't got 1 million people yet.
No.
So we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Here's a guy here, Martin. This is brilliant. Look, he says, you look like a Russian government official. How many Russian government officials wear a Scottie McClue cap and badge? I tell you. Hello to Lyndon John, says David.
Is there anything fresh for you after the sport?
Are you what, Martin? Sorry?
Is there anything fresh to tell since we last spoke? Was what's happening?
No, just that we're looking at now introducing a phone-in on Glasgow Essentials on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
Because I think once everybody got to know it was on, it could be quite busy.
Mm-hmm. As for the thing, are you going to watch the World Cup when it starts next week?
Oh, I mean, you know I'm not that big on football, you know?
Yeah, because Celtic won the football twice, I've been told.
Yeah. Do you know, Martin, that, you know, a Rangers-Celtic game, an Old Firm game, you'd have maybe about 60,000 people.
Uh-huh.
Well, I had 4 times that every half hour listening to me on Scott FM. So one wee guy on the wireless had the equivalent of 4 games going on at Ibrox, Parkhead or Hampden at the same time every half hour.
Wow.
What about that? So it just shows you, doesn't it?
Did you hear that Martin O'Neill is signed up for another?
Yes.
Another season?
Yes, he'll be wonderful. Wonderful. So they'll be doing, although I heard today that is it, how many trophies have Celtic got? Is it 52 or something?
Yeah, 52 I think.
And they're saying that they've got more than Rangers, but apparently Rangers, if they counted their wartime games, they would have 63, I think it is.
Wow.
So Rangers are still ahead of Celtic, apparently.
See the thing with Starmer, the Prime Minister, is there people trying to get him out of Parliament, or is it still there?
Well, it's kind of been a bit of what you'd call a damp squib. You had a couple of people who fancied his job, right? One's gone a bit quiet, and the other's kind of making wee kind of noises in the background. But nobody's actually said, I'll get him out, and he is not forgoing. You know, he's just not forgoing. He says, look, I've got a job to do and I'm going to get on with it. Now, I can tell you that if we're absolutely upfront about it, I doubt that replacing him with somebody who's kind of a similar mind is going to actually make any difference to the people at all. So these are machinations going on, political machinations from people who have got ambition in the same way Julius Caesar had ambition. And look what happened to him.
Wow.
You know, if you read Mark Antony's speech from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, then, you know, you see, that's what these people are not doing. They're not reading their classics and taking a leaf out the book. As a friend of mine used to say, they will not take a telling. And you know that Scottie McClue's found that with people over the years. I give them the facts and they go, that's no true. When you've given them a fact and they do not know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so some people don't want to be educated.
Mm-hmm. What do you do? What do you do every day when you're not doing the phone-in?
What do I do? Oh, I work. I work at a very high level.
Do you well?
Oh, yes, I work at a very high level. But you know, I'd like to see the phone-in come back on a more regular basis.
Yes, that's true.
Lovely talking to you, Martin. I better let you go, my dear fellow, and stay fabulous.
Well, I'll phone you next weekend as well.
Do that in regards to herself there.
Yes. Bye. Love you.
Bye, Angel.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Dinky do.
Bye.
There we are. That's our Martin, a terrific character, I tell you. Now then, what have we got here? There's no legitimate authority in the royal prerogative. It's an unconstitutional power, draconian nature. Billy Joe, that's just complete and utter nonsense. And you probably should know that if you've got any education. It's constitutional monarchy from 1688, the Glorious Revolution. The king's power was absolute until 1688. Then the power came to the people via Parliament. So there's nothing unconstitutional or draconian or anything like that at all. So you've just got that wrong, but you've only got it 100% wrong. So we'll let you off this time. That's the kind of nonsense I've just been talking about. You're live at Scottish Phone In, who's that?
Thank you, Scottie. It's Kareem.
Oh, Kareem. I just had to give somebody a telling off there.
Right.
Every single thing they'd said, there wasn't a jot or scintilla of truth in their post.
Well, you get that with people, no facts.
No facts at all. And then when I give them the facts, they go, oh, that's not true. And I'm the one that spent 50 years researching it. I love one came up the other week, he says, oh, I think a wee bit more research. I said, listen, I was researching long before your internet was there.
But Scottie, I don't accept these people seeing these things because it's so easy now to get onto AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever, and just to type in the question to get the answer. And you can't even do that properly.
No.
So, hell mend them.
No, absolutely. It's very, very, very strange. But having said that, things are growing apace at this end. Mm-hmm. I mean, my goodness me, I popped something up this morning, and just before I came on, it had thousands watching it. Thousands, and I think to myself, you could pop up a wee video and just leave it, and thousands are watching it.
Yeah. I think we spoke about this before. Gone the times when something's on live and there's millions and millions, but if you record something or put something up, it can get double that, treble that within a day or two. It doesn't need to be live for it to have that impact.
Well, the people are out there. I mean, I popped something up on the YouTube. Sometimes you get 25, 30 views, and I popped something up just before I went to bed last night. 1,000 views right away.
Yeah. It's different times in the world. People are sleeping, working all different times. It's not like your traditional 9 to 5 anymore. It's like a 24-hour day now.
And Kareem, as you know, I had to start at the shop floor at the very bottom and learn all this stuff. And then now we're actually seeing it bearing fruit.
Mm-hmm. I've always said that about you, Scott. I think you're very innovative for someone, or no disrespect, someone of your age.
Somebody of a great age.
Yes, very sharp, very creative, very forward thinking and planning, and I think that's a really good thing, and upwards and onwards.
Well, I've been very lucky, Kareem. Like you, I've been blessed with a mind and an analytical mind. And also, I had a lovely father who was a pure solutionist. So my father had some serious challenges in his life, health and everything. He had an incredible war record, and he would ask you the question, and then he would give you the solution. And I was once getting ripped off by a garage with an old car I had, and I said, sorry, I was late. The problem with the car. And he went, what's wrong with the car? And I said, it's overheating. He went, well, they've got gaskets for that. As if to say, there's no problem, there's no, magical mystery about this stuff.
Yeah. Well, Scottie, I've got a wee question, and it's to get everybody to think. Just seen some videos and some truths. Now, I'm not going to name any events, as we always don't, but let's just say with certain big events that will be coming our way, like sporting events, organisations.
Yes.
Have these organisations lost their way in terms of it just being money driven now?
I wouldn't be surprised. Always, you follow the money. I mean, I did law and accountancy in banking when I came out of school. And the lecturer was a brilliant character, and he said that the first thing he learned as an accountant, somebody said, "Why did you put that figure in here? Have you checked it?" And he said, "No, but I assumed it was okay." He went, "Never, ever assume. Never, ever assume." And with money, as we've seen in a recent case, No Names, No Pack Drill, you can never assume. But the other side is follow the money. Follow the money. So when you look at politics, they used to say, who's running this person?
Yes.
And it could be somebody in the other side of the world. Who's this person actually working for? Because the myth that they're working for you and I and all the other people listening and watching, that's starting to wear a bit thin. So who is the money? And there's huge machinations. I won't go into detail, but there's huge machinations going on in the world now about where do we follow the money? Whose money do we follow? Because this country, all this chat about things are very tight. Oh, that's all we hear from our politicians. The Americans are hearing something totally different from their president, and they're loving it. So this is your life. This is my life. This is the people's life. So should individuals have a right to decide how tight your budget is, how much you've got, how much you can earn, what you can do with your life?
I think we're struggling at the moment. We've had this cost of living. We've had, and it's still going, and it shouldn't be when we've got other countries throughout the world that are doing pretty well. So I think things will get worse before they get better, but not to be all doom and gloom.
But I think it's made out that this has just all come about. It's been an accident, and it needs to be sorted by the present government. I mean, for the last 2 years, the blame was going to their predecessors. Now, that's a classic. That's wearing a bit thin now, too.
Yeah.
Well,
let's go back, Scottie. 2007, 2008. We're still feeling the effects of that recession.
Yes.
Then.
And we bailed out the bankers.
Which we should never have done.
And they were the ones that got us, up the blind alley, to be polite.
I think it was Iceland. What they done with their bankers was arrested them all. You've put us in this mess. That's a crime against this country, and we were arrested back then, all of them. And what did we do over here? Here's more money. Here's more money.
Here's a bit more. You lost the last lot, so here's some more. What about this? Here's a lovely comment, Kareem. Sorry to interrupt, but here's Aaron. You not watching the football, Scottie? Oh, let me think. Am I watching the football or am I not? I'm wondering if it might be the fact that I'm on live. I might not be. I'm talking to Kareem instead. I'll just tell him that. Aaron, I'm actually talking to Kareem instead of watching the football. Sorry about that, Kareem. I had to tell you.
Well, regarding the football, the certain things that were coming out, it just amazed me that people, even during a cost of living, the amount of money that they're willing to spend to go and to see it. There was stories that they will not be able to refill the water bottles at the stadiums. Now, you know what the heat is like at that side of the world. So, again, that's what was my question on about money. Over here, if we want to walk to Hampden, or if we want to walk to Parkhead, we can do that. And I mean, it's not, okay, to us that's far, but it's not far compared to where these stadiums are in America, and where a lot of these.
Oh, if you get off at Mount Florida, you can walk over to Hamden. Two boys in the train, and I said, "Are you two going to the match?" They went, "Aye," and I said, "You've just missed Mount Florida." They went, "No, we're going to the pub first, and we'll just walk back."
Go back, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of these people have no idea the actual distance they're going to need to travel from where they're based, the hotel.
I wouldn't go, Kareem. My very first thought was I wouldn't go for all the tea in China.
Yeah, I know. Nothing beats sitting watching it in your house with a wee can of beer, putting your feet up, and in the comforts of your own home or in your local pub. Support your local economy.
That's what I'd be doing. Absolutely. And you'll get a far better view, and you're not going to be angry. And then when you get a few too much to drink, you're not going to start kicking off about the fact you've lost all your money.
Well, you've saved a few bob. Put it that way. If you do it that way, staying at home or in the pub rather than going over there.
Well, someone says, "How much did you spend at the World Cup?" You say, "I spent a fortune in the pub." We're about 50 quid by the end of it all.
Well, there you go. I know, and they're spending thousands. So my original question, I do think that with big organisations now, I think it's more money driven rather than the love of the sport, and that's a shame when it gets to that.
Well, anything is when it gets to that stage. You know, and I mean, I think it's the same with going into politics. I might be something of a mug when it comes to employment in the past. Not nowadays, because I've got probably the best job in the world. But in the days gone past, I used to say, expect nothing, you'll never be disappointed.
Yeah.
Brady says 50 quid's just the first round.
Brilliant. Well, look, Scottie, listen, thank you for taking my call. It's been I really enjoyed tonight's call, as I always do. And thank you for taking it, and have a fantastic week ahead.
You, sir, and take great care of yourself, and dinky do.
Thank you, Scottie. Bye, all.
Bye-bye. That's our Kareem, marvellous man. Well said, Kareem, says Susan. I tell you. Really, Scottie, a shout out to the Argyle Arms Hotel in Southend. We're all together in the bar having a lovely evening. We love the Argyle Arms Hotel in Southend. Sure. And have a lovely, lovely evening. And can you still see the old Keele Hotel in Southend? And if you look over the wall down at the shore, then you see the Port Corsair for Keele House, where the school originally was, till I think, 1915 did it go on fire. So I tell you, there we are. Big shoo, says Super Ali. Guys, if you want to give us a call, there's the wonderful David Taylor. Evening, Scottie and all. Good evening, David. So glad you joined us, because I know you said you were going to have to catch up on a couple of them at one point. Think you do, Scottie boy. God save the king. Tag mash. Absolutely. 01416289795. There we are. Nice bonnet. Thank you. I remember you on Century Radio. It was a great show, Scottie. Oh, we loved it. Right out across the whole of the Northwest. 5.2 million people. Shout out to the dog father in Midlothian, Scottie. Love as always. Hi, Scottie. So the wonderful Angela Wellness. Angela, I hope you're okay and that you're enjoying the show. There's genius mathematical employees charting that stuff, says Angie Baby. Scottie, you've been on the air for decades, haven't aged a day. You're very kind, Aquig Lung, because I'll tell you, I'm just about to go into my 35th year. Just about to get into that. 35th year. Suzanne says, my day was good, Kareem. Kareem and Susan are having a serious chit-chat. I can't tell you. Yes, get the phone in back, says Kay. Oh my God, it's Scottie McClue. I haven't seen you in years, man. Leo, how lovely to have you with us. And welcome, welcome, welcome. I haven't seen you in years either, if at all. Good evening, everyone, says the wonderful Dee Gurley, a lovely, lovely person, and a great supporter of Scottie McClue over the last 30 years. Welcome, welcome, I say to you. Scottie, dinky do from Mark and Sarah. So there we are. Mark, Harley, and Sarah. Yes, okay, I'm enjoying your show as always. Thank you, Angela. When did you start broadcasting? What was the first station? Well, Ian, my first foray into broadcasting was when I was 9. I had my own radio station. My father helped me build it. You could broadcast in the house and you could pick it up in the car, in the garage. Dinky for casting. And in those days, it's interesting, the car had a radio license, a separate license. I think it was 5 shillings. Dinky Scotty, loved listening to you on Scott FM. I hope you're well. Jim, the Scott FM shows still resonate. And the people that got rid of Scottie McClue from Scott FM, poor lost souls. The maddest, silliest decision in the history of British radio, and there's been a few mad, silly decisions. I can tell you that. So there we go. Numpty Heed's missing tonight. Susan, we don't know if Numpty Heed's missing or not. How much is your bonnet worth? Oh, millions. Absolutely. Answer my question, says Jason. What was your question, Jason? Scotty, I know you're a Jazz fan, but come on this Saturday. No, I'm a Celtic fan as well. Yes, easy, even Stevens. You don't show fear or favour. You know, we love them both equally. Everybody should be a dual fan. Now, there's an interesting thought to take with you. It's worth 2 bob, of anyone's money. 2 bob would be 10p. A bob would be 5p. Couple of bob. Radio Caroline, I tell you. No, it wasn't, Ian. That's the thing. It was made that. But it wasn't when it started. 50p. No, 2 bob. A bob's 5p. So 2 bob would be 10p. I love the way people argue when you give them the truth, the facts. Every time I open my mouth, it's a fact. It's the truth. And I tell people, and they go, hey, no, it's not. No, it's not. There we are. I'm going for cataract surgery, says Brunbreed. On Monday, wish me luck, Brunbreed. Jolly good luck with that. So there you have it. I tell you. Welcome. If you've just joined us, you're watching us live on Glasgow Essentials on Facebook. Yes, and we're getting nearly 1 million people a month. So there we go. You still might... Oh, Jason, yes, absolutely, yes. We promote health on here all the time. 2 bob is 10p. That's correct. 10 bob is 50p. That's correct. 10 bob. 20 bob in a pound. It just became a super fan. Thank you, Angela. It says you've just reached some huge gig. Guys, we never ask for anything on here. But if anybody's feeling flush, you could put a red rose in there to the goal and see if you can hit the goal before we go off air. What do you think about yourself? What do I think about myself? I don't really think about me, Jason. I tend to think about other people and what can I do for them. That's why I do things like this. Do you see what I mean? So there we go. Can we all wish Neil Brunbreed good luck for his cataract surgery on Monday, I tell you. So there we have it. Is that 4-0? I don't know. Top man, big shoo. So there we are. Top man, Leo is asking about, we don't do geopolitics, Leo, because it just upsets everybody if you come down on one side or the other. So in other words, you're never going to give an answer that pleases everyone. Good luck for Monday, says Susan. There you go, Neil. Much love from the wee country, Scottie. Where's the wee country, Lug? I tell you, tell us more. If it is 4-0, I don't know. Our community just teared up. Oh, Angela, you say such lovely things and send such lovely things. Guys, I've got 4,400 likes. Is anybody going to put a red rose in there? Even one. There we go. Tell me, jump ship from Facebook, says D. Well, absolutely, you've got me here on YouTube, but Facebook's going to go big at Glasgow Essentials, D. We're talking about doing a live phone-in on that. So from Little Acorns, great Oaks Grove. Who are you? Says Carol. I am Scottie McClue, Carol. Greetings from Brazil, he says. So there we are. I'm a fan of yours. Thank you, Angela. You're very kind. I'm a fan of yours. And that's very important. I tell you. So have you ever been to Drumlanrig Castle, Scottie? Ian, I know it like the back of my hand. It is such a peach of a castle. So they're an absolute peach of a castle. And of course, I watched it, Border Television. So there you are. And when I was at Drumlanrig Castle, there was 2 very important cars in there, belonging to very important people. Did you stay in Brazil? I've never been in Brazil in my life, Carol, but I have met a few nuts. I can tell you. Sounds great. I prefer Facebook. Absolutely. Oh, yes. I mean, Facebook, huge, huge. I mean, D, I put a little video up this morning, and when I came on air, I think it was sitting at 17,000. One little video of just a few seconds. Nice cap, says Chloe. Thank you, Chloe. Queen Mother and the Duke of Edinburgh. You've got 1 right, Ian. So there you are. I can tell you. Are you Scottish? We are in the same group in the World Cup. Absolutely, Carol. We're going to play you. And boy, will we play you at the World Cup, I tell you. Are you a unionist? I used to be a unionist, but I've seen the light, and the present mob have made it that, independence is vital. Who's playing the fiddle behind you, Scottie? That's my father, my late father, Big Archie. So there we are. Wonderful guy. Now, who else have we got here? Follow us as soon as you can. And as I say, if you want to stick a red rose in the goal, that would be just amazing. Amazing. Now, who else have we got? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I say we've got people from all over the world tonight, guys. I love your videos on Facebook. Thank you, Dee. We've got some amazing stuff coming up there. 1 or 2 wee funnies. There's Jay, a nice keepsake. Oh, it's lovely, Jay. Somebody, he was actually playing in a concert. Who's just given me red roses? Angela Wellness has sent me red roses. There we are. The Queen Mother fished at Drumlanrig on the River Nith. Well, the Nith or the Clyde, what goes through Drumlanrig? I'm just working it out there. Drumlanrig is the long ridge, the hill of the long ridge, I think. Drumlanrig. Drum is a hill. Is that right? What's the dog's name? Dog's name is Lord Wreath. Why have you got a picture on the wall? That's me. They were presented to me. Where else are you going to put it? Scottie, you're watching the football game. Surprise, surprise. I'm actually live at the moment on the social media. So I'm not actually watching the football. Believe it or not. Desert Island Discs. You're very knowledgeable, says Angela. Well, Angela, you have to know your stuff. Otherwise, how could you call yourself a broadcaster? So there we are. A shout out to my pal Jeff. No problem, Ashton. So there we go. Now, who else have we got here, guys? Numpteed hasn't phoned tonight, but we'll not hold that against him, you see. Oh, we've only got 5 minutes anyway, guys. Lord Reith, yes, Lord Reith was the man from Glasgow who started the BBC. So there we are. And I got to meet his daughter and told her that the name Reith was shouted in the house every day because Lord Reith was the Labrador. So there we go, I tell you. Now, that's us. Good. Because I was naughty, my mum hit me because I was naughty. Your mum hit you when you were naughty. Was this long before it was banned? You're very posh with your accent. No, there's nothing posh about me at all, Gray. I had to, I've always spoken like this. You know, I've always spoken like this, but we don't do anything posh. Great to hear the accents is great. Been a great show tonight, Scottie. So, Susan, thank you, Susan. I think it has been a great show tonight. We've had wonderful people on here, I tell you. Jolly spiffing, says Angie. Angie's obviously very posh. What are we up to tonight, Scottie? Been a great show. Aaron, amazing. Oh, I've just been sent a hat and mustache. We love that. Remember the Labrador in the Waverley Hotel in Perth? I can't specifically remember that particular chap. A lot of the hotels had the hotel dog that got up and greeted dog people. It was a lovely, lovely thing. Luca, thank you for sending me red roses. So there you are. Good evening, Scottie. Good evening, James. Lovely to have you with us. I can tell you. Who else have we got? Luca has sent 11 red roses. I think that's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I can tell you. So there we are. Who else have we got here? It's been a busy, busy show tonight, guys. My goodness. My goodness me. Who have I got here? Is it Scotland 4? What's the score, guys, with the football? I mean, how crazy is it for a broadcaster to have his show between 9 and 10 on a Saturday night, 4-0, says Kenny, 9 and 10 on a Saturday night, when the competition is at its greatest in radio and television? I love that. So there we go. Do you remember John Myers at Border Telly? Ian, John Myers and I were very, very close friends. John sadly passed away, and I think it might have been seven years ago last week. And it was John that started the Scottie McClue phone in. So there you have it. A shout out to Zane. Yes, and to Nairn. So there we are. Fantastic. Dinky do, guys. UB07. Gosh, I've just seen the time. I'm going to have to go. I'll sing you the goodbye song. Are you ready? We'll have to say cheerio to our beautiful TikTokers. Oh.